Hello, my name is Delano Farrell, and our group project is about Valerie Thomas. Valerie Thomas was born February 8, 1943. Around the age of 8, her curiosity about how things worked inspired her to borrow a book called The Boy's First Book on Electronics, which she took home, hoping that her father would help her take on some of the projects in it, because he liked to tinker with radios and television sets. Thomas would attend an all-girls school, which at the time, while the students were encouraged to do their best, scientific subjects were not necessarily considered a focus for women, and the school had just been integrated. She would graduate from Morgan State University with a bachelor's degree in physics. Valerie Thomas was one of the only two women in her class to major in physics. NASA had taken a great interest in Thomas and hired her as a data analyst immediately after graduating in 1964 to work at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. Her job there was to develop a image processing system. She would become the project manager of NASA's Space Physics Analyst and Network and the Associate Chief of Space Science Data Operations Office. Valerie Thomas' inspiration for her work began when she attended a magic show in 1976 that included an illusion of a light bulb that appeared to be lit, even though it had been removed from its socket. The illusion, which involved another light bulb and concave mirrors, inspired Thomas. Curious about how light and concave mirrors could be used in her work at NASA, she began her research in 1977. This would involve creating an experiment in which she observed how the position of a concave mirror would affect the real object that is reflected. Using this technology, she would invent an optical device called the illusion transmitter. The illusion transmitter works on the principle of creating an optical illusion using a series of strategically placed mirrors and a 2D image source. It also creates the perception of depth and three-dimensionality by manipulating the path of light rays. Essentially, it gives the illusion of a perceived three-dimensional object or image in free space. The invention is so useful that to this day it is still used in the medical field, such as medical imaging, where 3D representations of anatomical structures are very valuable for diagnosis and surgery planning. It is also to note that even after her retirement in 1995, she became the Associate Chief of the Space Science Data Operations Office. She has also received NASA's GSFC Award of Merit and has authored numerous scientific technical reports. She was also bestowed the university's honorary doctorate. She continues to mentor young students through the National Technical Associations in science, mathematics, and aerospace research and technology. Here are our contributions. Thank you.